Hi there and welcome back to my channel. I've got some new bits and pieces to do with you today and I'm really looking forward to doing this page. To start with, I am starting a new journal. I want to create a journal. This is inspired basically by these photos of my grandparents, and I thought, you know, all my journals, they're like travel journals, Disney journals, everyday journals. I don't have anything from like older photographs. I've got my old 12x12 albums, but nothing current. And my aunt shared a story about this photograph just last week, and I really want to get the photograph, the story down in a book. And then it just got me thinking, although I've got my big 12x12 albums, I don't have a journal about the stories. And I think they are so important. My whole thing is about telling a story, handing those stories down in generations. And this is such a cool story that I really want to document it. And so I thought, you know, it's time to start a new journal. And this one is going to be about old family stories. So I'm going to jump. For some reason, I don't want to use that first page. Does anybody else ever feel like that? I want to spread this story over 2 pages. I've printed off the photograph and I'll share the story with you in a moment. But the next thing I wanted to do, my new Patreon group, I'll link up the Patreon group below. It's like an online creative retreat. That's how I see it. I went to them yesterday and asked what they would most like to see in today's video. And the top votes came for journaling ideas, using stencils, and the third one was travel pockets. So that's what we're going to do today. Although not travel pockets, we're going to be talking pockets. So I am going to be having fun with stencils. We've got mists, we've got vintage photographs, we're going to be doing pockets as well. So there's lots and lots going on today. I've decided to keep the grid that side, but this side I want to get misting, and I'm going to cover this up with this paper. It's not overly thick, it's quite a thin paper. I don't know if it is watercolor paper. It's kind of got that feel, and I've used watercolors on it, but it's very thin. It's just a pad that my daughter was going to bin, so I grabbed it. So I am going to cut that to size and stick that on that page in a moment. So I'm now ready to work on this page. I like using an old background. This is just from an old cardboard box that I've been using for years. And what I want to do, what you have to be so careful with a stencil, if you just spray over it like that, you're going to end up with those lines, and we don't want that. I want to use my speech bubbles for to write in my journaling. So I'm going to move that right to the edge there because I don't want any lines. And then we're going to block off this line here. Whoops, it's a bit fiddly. So block off this one. And then, oh, let's move that up there. And block off this one. Fingers crossed. It is a little bit unpredictable with misting sometimes. I'm using 2 mists here. Give them a good tap. And then I'm going to, basically this story is a Christmas Eve story. So I'm going to go with the colours of green and red. And then move that. Just go really careful as well when you're lifting a stencil that it doesn't smudge. There. So they're my first ones. And then obviously go careful because if it's wet, it is going to appear a little bit on that side, which I'm aware of. But I'm going to risk it anyway. Let's keep my fingers crossed. So I need to cover it that side and that side. And now this side. I'm going to do more green, I think. And the closer you go, the more ink you'll have. So the darker it will be. The further back you go, the higher up, the less ink you'll be. But just go careful because you will spray around the outside as well. So that's those. Let's carefully lift that off. And then I've still got a little bit more. There we go. This is looking quite good, isn't it? I don't know, will I get them all on? No, I think I will go with one like that. Cover that up. Oh, I've moved that one. It's very fiddly. That doesn't want to stay in place. There we go. let's see how this one looks. Oh, I hope this one's tidy as well. Yay! There we go. That is my stenciling using 2 different colours of mist. That will take a little bit to dry. And again, the closer you go with the ink, the wetter it will be. You'll end up with a lot more ink, more chance of running, just a lot more chance of a larger mess. So if you want it like that, I class that as being quite tidy. You need your ink up high. But definitely cover something. And watch those lines around the stencil as well. I'm going to pop this to one side, and that shouldn't take too long to dry, so I can stick that inside. I'm quite pleased with that. That looks nice and tidy. I will just give that just a little bit longer to dry, and in the meantime I will just cut this to size, and I'm going to use the green paper. This is all from the Lollipop Box Club kit, by the way, my kit, which is this month's kit. And it is Alice's Winter Wonderland, and this is my own kit. It looks a bit messy at the moment because I've been popping into it and using loads and loads of bits and pieces, but I'll link that kit up for you below if you're interested. So I've got my 2 pages here. I've covered that, and I've even rounded off the corners, and now I'm going to be sticking this page in as well. So basically the story goes that my nan got showed this photograph. My nan was 13. This is my granddad, who was in the National Service at the time. She got shown the photograph by her friend, and her friend said, look, this is my cousin. And my nanny, who was 13 at the time, said, I'm going to marry him one day. And then fast forward to a few years later, I'm not sure how old she was, maybe 18, something like that. And she met my granddad in Oxford at the local dance or something. It was Christmas Eve, and they got introduced, and she recognized him from the photo, and they started dating after that. Isn't that cute? I love that story. So I thought we'll have my granddad, the photo that my nan was shown, and then their wedding day as well. Right, so I've got my 2 pages. I think they go really nicely together. Now I want to use the photos, but I'm also going to use the photos as a pocket. This is where today's pocket comes in. I've got a piece of vellum here. I'm going to pop that over the top. I just think it softens the page a little bit. Actually, I might tear it. Let's do that. And I want it to be slightly larger than the page as well. So I'm just going to fold it and tear it down. And I'm just going to add just a little bit of tape. You usually do see the tape through a little bit, but it's not the end of the world. There we go. And I'm going to leave that overlapping, I think. I quite like that look. And the other thing I wanted to use, there's a snowflake cello bag inside the kit. I think I might use that. It's got snowflakes on. It's quite pretty. And actually, I'm going to unstick the top. This would make quite a nice pocket as well, actually. Let's stick that on up there for now. I'm going to add a little bit of tape at the bottom. As I want to turn my photos into pockets, I'm going to take some thinner tape. Let's see, I want to create tags. I'm going to have 1 tag there and 1 tag there. So this piece needs to be left blank. So I'm just going to use some thinner tape to attach the photo down. Do you have any nice stories from when your grandparents were little, or anything that you need to document? I think it's so important. I just want my kids to be able to pass these stories down to their children. And I think just what nicer way to do it than in a book like this. So let's do that. And then I've actually got that as a pocket there. And then we're going to do the same with this one. So I want that piece left free. And then I'm going to stick this one down here. And I've actually got a tag here, and that can be there. I think I need to stick just a little bit more tape on at the top there. I'm actually going to stick this down better under here, and then if I wanted to, I could always use behind the cello bag as a pocket as well. I've got there, or something else could also go inside as well. So there's lots and lots of different possibilities for pockets on this page. I've got another craft tag here, and I've just trimmed the edge off slightly so that it will fit. So my journaling is sorted. I wanted to share something else that's new with you. This has literally just come today. It's a new punch. Right, let's see if I can take this out. It's to make tab tops. It's not kidding when it says super jumbo, is it? That is definitely a super jumbo punch. Right, I've got some more card from the kit. Let's test this out and see what it's like. Oh, that cuts nice. Oh, it's a really nice size. And then you can fold it over at the top. Oh, I like that. And then can add, actually that would be, I need it on there really. That definitely will work on there. Actually, that works quite well. And I could still do it on that one. I like the colours. It feels a little bit Christmassy. I want to bring some pink into the page as well. Let's see how this works. Right, I love this. It cuts really, really well. I will link it to my Amazon store for you. I would never want to add anything to my Amazon store if I haven't used it or I'm not happy with something, but I love this punch. I think it's really cool. I'm going to take off the string and attach that. Although it's a different size, I do think that actually looks really cute and works really, really well. And I might even attach it with a staple. I've got rose gold staples in here at the moment. These are from a kit a couple of months ago. That actually looks really cute. I'm really pleased. And the other thing is it hangs over the edge, which I love. I love having something like this where it hangs over the edge. And I'm going to pop this one on here. I'm really pleased with this. There we go. That is so cute. What do you think? I'm really, really pleased with this. Right, we need some decoration. I need to add some journaling. So I think it's now time to have a bit of fun. I've got the sticker sheet, or I've got some bits and pieces left over from the sticker sheet. I've got some snowflakes. These will be quite pretty. Actually, do you know, I want to cover that at the top there. Let's add some snowflakes.
It's too bad she'll never know. Yeah, I can't tell her how I feel, because she has someone who makes her happy. I'm a ghost in these walls, or at least I try to be. 'Cause I hope that I'm not showing how I feel for her, but she won't feel the same for me.
And I've actually got these flowers. I wanted to bring in some pink, and I've got the green. These are left over from, was it last month's kit? I can't even remember. So I'm going to cut these in half. I think I'd like some there. That could go. Or, yeah, that might be better. Yeah, I like that idea. It was actually these grandparents that got us into Disney. My mum grew up with Disney, and I've asked my aunt to look out for a photo actually, because my other grandparents, we were going through the family photos and we found a photo of them in Disneyland, California. I hadn't even realised that they'd been, and these grandparents, they went to Disneyland, California in the 80s. They brought me back my very first Mickey Mouse, and my granddad always used to talk to me about Disney. And they loved to travel. They definitely encouraged our love of travel. These two people are very, very important to us. They've inspired a lot of what I do today. Put that up there. We'll use a few more stickers. Right, I think I might go with the journaling now and then see where that takes me. I also want to decorate the tags. I've just made the decision actually. I'm going to ink around. Oh, that's a bit too bright. Hold on. Right, I've got a green. I still would quite like some pink though. I'm just inking around the side of the page just so it looks finished, and I wanted to add some extra colour like that. I think I might just dab a little bit of the pink. It was just a lot brighter than I thought. That's okay like that, so it's not too heavy. There we go, and that all ties in nicely. I might do the same actually on these tags. That doesn't look so bad on the craft. Again, it just finishes it off, and this is just such a good way to add some journaling. So a little journaling tip if you're not too sure what to journal. Somebody in the Patreon group the other day was saying that for somebody that talks a lot, they really struggle with writing out journaling. So a tip I would give is to actually journal conversations. You can't go wrong with a conversation. I make a note of a lot of conversations at home. If they're really funny, something the kids have said, I'll write it down. I have a journal or a notebook where I keep things like that. It's such a good way to be able to add journaling. I'm actually wanting to add something to the top here. Oh, I like this one. I'll tell you a secret. That goes really well. And then we'll have this is special. I like this. I've got some party time, and it's winter because they met Christmas Eve. I like as well, this wasn't planned. Okay, right, I really am going to get on with my journaling now.
Yesterday, there was sun and there was rain, beauty in the mundane. And as the light startled our eyes, we let go of disguise. Something in the air and a sparkly shimmer on our skin, restoring everything within.
So I've told the story in my speech bubbles, and I've added more of the stickers as well. I think this is coming together really nicely, and now I need to decorate my tags. So I've got a little bit of journaling on the tag. I want to find out more about the story. I need to find out the dates of when they met and their wedding day. I think that would go really well. And then I can finish telling the story here. I think that will work out much better. But I'm really, really pleased with this. What do you think? This also takes me on. I wanted to share with you that I am going to be doing some online classes coming up soon. I'm going to be holding them in Patreon. I'm so excited. I'll be sharing more details about them soon. But basically, if you're in the teal tier and upwards, which is £5.50 a month plus tax, it will be included in what you're already paying. So if you do want to join in with the classes, you can join at that tier, and you're basically going to be having online classes as part of your Patreon group. So I'm really excited about that, but I'll be sharing more details soon. But this might be a little sneak of what's coming up soon, so I'm excited about that. It's something I'm planning, and like I said, I'll be sharing more about that with you soon. But this is my page. I'm going to keep it at that. I'm going to keep it really simple. I'm really pleased. It's an important story. It's obviously a really big part of my family history. I need to find out more details, and I can add them afterwards. But I've got plenty of pockets if I want to add anything else. If my aunt finds any notes or something like that, I can always photocopy them, or she can send me a photo and I can add them to here. I've got plenty of possibilities of how I can add extra journaling, extra notes, anything like that. I did want to just add something to the front actually, as well, as this is my new journal. I really like the little craft bag that came in the kit, but it's a bit too big, so I might actually cut that down and I'll pop that on there. I'll use the other piece for something else. I quite like that idea. And I'm going to use speech bubble from the kit. I quite like the heart actually that I cut out. I don't know. let's have that there. I'm going to stick this inside here like that, so that sticks like that. And it's basically going to be about happy family stories. I think that would be nice. Let's decorate this a little bit. I've got these alpha stickers left over from a previous kit. I always like to start backwards when I do anything like this, and I need to write the word down. Do you know, even a silly word like family, when I'm doing it backwards, I really struggle. My mind just goes blank. So writing it down really helps. So we're going to have happy family stories, and I'm going to remove that heart for now. So I've decorated it like that so far, and I've been hoarding this tag for goodness knows how long. So I finally think I'm going to be using it. I'm going to pop it on there, and I am going to use some string from this other tag, which I'm going to tie in a bow. And I've got this old watercolor heart as well that I made a while ago, and I am going to pop that like that. Let's go around the outside with my pen, and I'm going to leave that as it is for now. I'm not going to journal on the tag or anything like that. Like that. And I'm just going to pop that in, and for the time being it can stay like this. I'm really excited. I've got my first page done, my first story told, and I'm going to be adding many other stories to this new notebook. I really hope you've enjoyed this video today. Let me know if it's inspired you to either create a page, tell a story, or start a new journal as well. And let me know if you've been, or have you ever documented some of your old family stories. Thank you so much for watching today. I really hope you've enjoyed this video, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Take care. Bye.